Okay. Well, welcome everybody. Always such a highlight of the week to have Pink Huddle. And tonight, what did you call it tonight, Teresa? Proud of our products, or?
Yeah, proud of our product party or something, or we don't talk enough about our products. I think we all assume that we all love every single thing. We all use every single thing, and there is no other product besides Mary Kay. And so that's it. And so we don't stop often enough to just rave about some of our favorite things. And I don't know about you guys, but my favorite things change from week to week, from day to day, because I just fall in love with something that maybe I haven't even tried for a while, or, I'm revisiting, or maybe I've never even really thought that I liked that product. And then I go back to it and I'm going, oh my gosh, I'm in love. So I just thought it would be a fun night to kind of bring some of that stuff to the forefront. But before we do that, Susan?
Yeah. Well, why don't we start out with prayer? That's what we always like to do. So if you'll just reach through the screen to me, I'll get us started here. Heavenly Father, once again, you've brought us together, and I'm just so grateful for these women and their friendships. I ask you to be with everybody who's not with us, in particular, Kim, who's been had a little setback with her health. We hope that you're healing her. Everybody, I'm sure, has someone in their hearts that needs a little extra love right now, and so you know who they are. So please be with all of them, be with our loved ones, and our we're just so grateful for this company and the friendships and all that it brings our way. So be with us tonight and in the coming week. Amen.
Amen.
So, well, why don't we start off with a bit of crow time? We had a couple little spontaneous crows, didn't we, Diane Vaughn? So let's get it on video so everybody can hear this, what Diane Vaughn did today. So unmute yourself and tell us what you did in spite of yourself, right? Like, are you joking?
I had a facial, which I've not done a facial in years. And I sold a Time-Wise Repair and a Clinical Solutions.
Woohoo!
And a few other things.
Isn't that awesome? That is just amazing. How did it feel? Like riding a bike, huh? Got right back on there.
It was a lot of fun.
Well,
Diana, was that a new customer, or because it's somebody you've never met before?
It was she was an old friend, kind of, and she contacted me. I didn't do anything.
Assigned.
Did you find yourself scrambling and go, where's my mirrors? Where's everything that I need?
Well, you know it. I've been listening to video. I had to watch all the videos because I didn't know what I was doing. Just like when I started 30 odd years ago.
It's so funny. Well, we used to joke and say, having a party or facial should not be an event. Like, it should be so second nature because you're doing it so often that, oh yeah, here's my bag. But when it's been 30 years, it's an event. But we're so proud of you. Make sure you post your weekly summary sheet. So
I tried to post my weekly summary. I had a $500 week last week, but I didn't get along with to
get on Facebook.
Yeah. So it didn't get posted. But yeah.
Well, that's really
I had
great.
502 last week.
Very good. Very, very good. Congratulations. Well, you would have been our queen if you'd posted that, right, Nora? Because Nora was just a few dollars shy of that. Well, next week we want to see your summary. You might have to watch a whole video to learn how to do that again, right? Post a summary sheet. There's only so many hours of the day to watch videos. Okay, who else has something exciting? Anybody? Nora?
I just think. Oh, go ahead, Teresa.
No, you go.
Okay. I just wanted to follow up from last week that I took some of the advice that we were supposed to be doing when you go to career conference and not be entertained. And I reached out to all my people and, follow up and just doing a quick checkup from the neck up. Do you need anything? And one person said, yes, I do. And I had facialed her years, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago when we first moved to Georgia. And she had given me a few referrals then, and I just let it go because she didn't know me and I didn't know her, and she wasn't comfortable giving my name, blah, 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 or giving me names. So we're texting back and forth on what she needed. And then of course she had spent more than 50. So I offered her the half price special. So then she got 2 new things out of that. And just, it snowballed and snowballed. And her final text to me, well, not final, but the text kind of wrapping up the conversation was, "And this is why I love you. You're the best consultant." I said, "Well, do you have anybody you'd want to share me with then?" Because I went to a conference and I was challenged to ask all of my customers to give me 10 new names. So she gave me 2, and one of them's coming Thursday. So it works. You do it and it works.
Ask.
Do you have anybody you'd like to share me with, right? Is that what you said? That's
Love
great.
that. Love that.
Saw the conference pictures, so it tied right in easily with, I was challenged to do yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to keep using that line.
That's awesome.
Very good.
We're
Yay.
Denise?
Why are you laughing at me?
I just gave a chuckle out of, I don't know. Because I love you.
The first thing is, this is Bree.
Hi.
She is a new, beautiful lady in my life, and I love her to death. She is Elijah's girlfriend. So I asked her to join us tonight, so she might hear something that sparks her interest. Excuse me. Second is, Nora, you reminded me with the 50% bonuses. I had a sale and it was under $100. So I offered her the one item, and she got to looking at the page and she said, "Oh, I need some mint bliss." So she bought 2 mint bliss at regular price and then got something else at half price. So it really upsold me. It was good. And that was a good experience with that.
That is good. That thing. Love
That
that.
is the best thing. And it's so simple. I mean, I can't do it. I don't have to think, oh, do they have this deluxe mini, or if they, what am I going to throw in there? And if they don't always take advantage of it, some are like, no, I'm good. There's, maybe next month's specials, but usually it's like, oh yeah, throw that in. Oh, I've never tried that. Do that. It's brilliant. So I'm just grateful for that, Monica, because I don't have to create it every month. She does it. So that's really good.
Exactly.
Good for you. Welcome, Bree.
Individual one out here pretty quick. So welcome, Bree. And we have another guest with us, as a matter of fact. Tanya is on, and her daughter Kelsey is on with us tonight too. And Kelsey has been a consultant, and so just checking out and seeing what we're in love, what our favorite things are now. So thank you guys for all being on with us tonight. Hey, Sony was our queen 2 weeks ago, and I messed up. Somehow didn't see the notification from the company, and that you actually submitted your weekly accomplishment sheet, and you had a $336 week that week. So congratulations to Sonia.
Very good. Nora was our queen, right? 4 something up there. And then what'd you say?
I think we should just give it to Diane.
Diane. That's why you're always our Miss Go Give, Nora. Diane, if it's posted, I'll make it retroactive. I've done it before, but only on special occasions. And I would say this is a really special occasion.
Very special.
Not only does she have a facial, she's our queen.
Yeah.
That's so great. Man,
Yeah,
there'll be no living with you. Stanley will be who are you? Well, that's very sweet. $502 week. And I'm proud of you that you didn't stop at like $499. You made it go over $502, right? Make it go over the next level. So that's awesome. Very good. Okay, well, why don't we go ahead and get started with some of the favorites. Teresa, I know you've got some ready to go, and so do I. So why don't you start us off?
All right. Well, since the season is changing, eventually it is. I mean, we keep getting these little bursts of spring, and then it gets cold. And tomorrow around here, it's going to be 80 degrees and 55-mile-an-hour winds. Oh boy. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So, and I am going to Florida with my bestie next week, and that would be Susan, and trying to get my feet Florida ready. I mean, seriously, have you unearthed your feet yet from the winter? Have you checked those puppies out and taken a look at them?
Not pretty.
Okay, it's not pretty. So before I expose them to the world, I figured I needed to do a little bit of Mary Kay maintenance, so to speak. And so what I've been using, first of all, if you are protecting softener, you guys, it's pretty much the same as extra emollient night cream. So as far as I'm concerned, you could use either one. This one's just not pink and it doesn't have something in it that whatever, but it's the same deal. It's a very heavy, sludgy. Have you heard about sludging? I'm going to have to mention this real quick. So this is a new term that you might hear about, where people are taking products like this, thick, very emollient that you put moisture on and really seal the moisture in, and putting this on and sleeping in it overnight. And they call it sludging. And they say your face the next morning is incredible. So I haven't had
a pillowcase.
Well, they say you will have to change the pillowcase, like put a fresh one on or something, and be prepared because it is going to get everywhere. Don't have clean hair, but they say it's amazing. And obviously you don't want it so thick that it's like dripping off, but you want a good coating on. And so anyway, that I kind of digress, but I thought that was cool. And that's what they do with extra emollient night cream is somebody was online talking about sludging, but I take it and I soak my feet, use my pumice stone, get some of that stuff off of there. And then while my feet are still moist and soft, I take the protecting softener and then the nourishing oil, and I mix them together in my hands. First of all, yum, and how good does it smell? And then I take my foot and I massage it into my foot all around, really my toes, my cuticle and everything. And then immediately put on a pair of white cotton socks, just white cotton gym socks. These are actually my husband's and they're too big on me, but they're great. So I can ruin his socks and I'll mess up mine. Anyway, so put on a pair of socks. Sorry. They hear people. Oh. And all day long. And then I might even do it again before I go to bed at night, but I don't put as much on because I can't sleep in socks, but I might even coat them again. But if you coat them and go about your day, amazing. So that's my trick for my feet. Anybody have any questions, suggestions, thoughts?
I wish they would sell that softener separately, right? Because it's only part of the satin hands. Correct. I mean, I could sell a ton of that. I know you could do extra emollient night cream, but there's something I really like about that.
I do too. There's a no scent or a fresh scent or something that's just slight, and I do too. And it might just be ever so. Oh, the other thing that I do, whatever's left on your hands and this goes across the board. Whatever product you're using our new serums, our new clinical solution, amazing serums. Always take whatever's left, and then neck, chest. So now my chest and shoulders are getting the same thing with the softener and the nourishing oil every single day. And it makes a big difference. So love that. So there's my tip of the day and my new favorite things right now.
I love that. That's really cool. Well, I'll jump over here then. And mine isn't so much, anything new or unique, but I do just want to talk about an old favorite, and it is foundation primer. And, we have so many great products, but is anybody else guilty? Like sometimes you just kind of get a little slovenly about it, like, oh yeah, I don't need that. Or you run out of it. And if you're like me, you're just too lazy to go down to the basement to your shelf and get a new one. And then you're like, oh, I had a restock. Like, how did I let myself not always have a foundation primer? This is so amazing. And not only does it have an SPF of 15 that's just great for just that incidental sun exposure every day, but it acts like an invisible buffer that kind of fills in the cracks and the crevices and the pores and the potholes, and gives you just this really smooth base on your skin. And it also acts like a magnet for your foundation. So it helps it stay on hours longer without really having to do a lot of touch-ups. So, you just apply your moisturizer, and then it's like this gel. It even has a scent. It's more fragrance-free, but just like the fragrance-free hand softener, it has just a fresh kind of smell. To me, it always kind of smells like the swimming pool. I don't know. And it dries really quickly. It feels kind of silky. And I forgot about the fact that it diffuses light. So it makes any of those little crinkly areas look not so crinkly. makes your pores look smaller. It's oil-free, and it actually has an ingredient that helps absorb excess oil. So I don't know, when I was studying that, I was like, I didn't even realize that, but no wonder I love it. So do you guys all use foundation primer? Who else besides me? You know, okay. So it's just a fabulous product. And I think I like how it'll kind of fill in a little bit around the lip area where, you know, you tend to get little lip crinklies and all that. But foundation primer is one that, you know, should be in everybody's makeup bag. So
Absolutely. You know, I'll just, my 2 cents worth on
So
this.
I can hear everything going on, but I still need to be accepted to the video.
Oh,
everybody
wait a
needs to mute.
Somebody was out there. Hang on. I'm admitting. I think that's Charlita. Sorry about that.
Okay.
It just says iPhone, but it sounds like Charlita. I'm so sorry. I didn't see anybody up there for some
I
reason.
didn't either. Okay. So
So
what's your 2 cents about foundation primer?
cents worth about the foundation primer is that I will admit my combination oily skin, I felt like it was just too much when we first came out with it. I put it on and I thought I was just getting some breakthrough oil and just didn't really like it. So it was just too, I thought it was too much. And then a year or 2 ago, I'm like, I probably should start trying the foundation primer again because I sell a ton of it. And so I added it back into my regime. And now I will not put foundation on without it underneath. I mean, it's just, you know, it is the thing that I think makes my foundation last all day, look really good all day long. And I don't know what I was thinking because it actually stops any breakthrough oil. And if my face is even a teeny bit shiny from my moisturizer, the foundation primer just seems to just absorb it into my skin, and it you know, makes my face locked and loaded for foundation. Love it. Can't do without it for sure.
Your face is locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded, baby.
Okay. You want to give us another one, or does somebody else
Yes.
want to jump in? Yeah, go ahead.
I will tell you about this, and then we'll see if somebody else has got something. These new silky setting powders. Oh my goodness. You know, again, it was one of these things, you know, where, you know, when we have to change over, it's definitely different than the mineral powder foundation, different in every way, shape, and form. And but it seems so light and silky. Silky is the perfect word for it because that's exactly what I think of when I put it on. And when I finally met my match, which is my color, because there are a lot of shades of this, you know, there's, you know, light to medium ivory, medium to deep ivory, light beige, you know, there's all these different steps, but they are, you need to try and keep working until you put the one on that you go, oh my gosh. So I ended up being a medium ivory, and is like the perfect color for me. And the trick that I've learned really in applying it, because we don't have a powder foundation brush any longer. And so what I've been using is the blush brush, and it's got the great angle. Would you shut
What? I was like, who does not have their mute on? It's your dog.
It's Thelma. She wants to talk. She doesn't like it if I'm not paying attention to her. And if I shut the door, she'll be crying outside the door. So, hush. Okay. So
Which brush?
use the blush brush, the angled blush brush. Tap it into the powder. Tap it around your face. Put it on the areas that you want the most amount of coverage. And then when you're done, fix my hair back, a little curl in the middle. Then use your all over powder brush to just kind of lay everything out. Cute. There we go. Anyway, so those 2 brushes, silky setting powder, I put it over my foundation, and it's just the thing my foundation needs. Very light, very silky. Spray it with a little setting spray, and I'm off and gone. So love
I wear that same color. I also do medium ivory. It's been the one I discovered that I like. So you have a question, Nora, or a comment? You're muted. You're muted. You want me to?
There we go. Sorry, I don't know what I was hitting, but I'm still using up my mineral powder before I switch over, you know, because don't want to waste anything. So, but can you use it just as mineral powder like we used to, or is it really only meant to go over something?
It's really only meant to go over, but if you just want a very light look, very light finish, and I've heard a couple of directors were talking about it, they just put a little concealer on their face and then put their silky setting powder over it. So if you're just looking for the bare minimum, not a lot of coverage, you could do that for sure.
Okay. Because right now I'll do CC cream with the mineral powder over it. So that would work doing that same thing.
Yeah, it would absolutely work.
Okay.
I mean, it will work. And you probably, I mean, you're not going to even notice a ton of difference using it that way.
Okay,
Just,
thanks.
just put it on heavy where you want a little extra coverage.
And just need to find my shade.
Versatile product. I think it's more versatile than the mineral powder foundation was.
I use the translucent powder. Do you use that? You don't use the translucent powder?
I used to all the time because and the silky setting powder will remind you of a tinted translucent powder because it's that light and airy. So I did all the time because I kind of got away from the mineral powder over because I almost thought it was too much. It was overkill. So I went to translucent powder, but now silky setting powder, it's not. Love it, love it.
Well, you were talking about if you just want a light, you know, not a lot of makeup. Well, I'm the opposite. I like bring it. give me maximum coverage. And that's why I love our matte 3D foundations, because I mean, I put, you know, I always have foundation on. I got my foundation primer. I've always been a foundation girl. And I never felt like mineral powder or CC cream gave me quite enough coverage. I mean, it's great for if I am just, you know, working out in the yard or running to the store or something like that. But I just feel like this gives me a flawless complexion. I do like the matte. I don't think I have maybe one luminous wear customer, so I don't even stock the luminous because I found that most people just like that non-shiny look. Luminous gives you a little more of a dewy appearance, but I just tend to sell 9 out of 10 are going to be the matte. So what I love about this is it's buildable. You know, I feel like there's probably 3 or 4 colors that I could wear of this and tried them all. But the one that is the best match for me is the beige W150. No, not W. It's N150. And you know, we were joking about this, that if, you know, if somebody's just kind of you just look at them, you know, they're beige, but you're not really sure if they're more of a cool or a warm, you're pretty safe going with beige and 150. I probably sell more of this than any. We used to joke and say all of our customers wear the same shade that we do, but they tend to, like, I don't know, but this is a really great shade. It does give you 12 hours of oil control, which I don't think I really knew until I started to kind of study for this. 12 hours of wear. It doesn't leave you any oily after feel. It doesn't settle into fine lines. You know, you'll see those commercials, those infomercials late at night with the little air gun, little sprayer, people putting on, oh, I hate foundation. And they show, well, here's what foundation looks like. And it's all caked in people's wrinkles. And I'm like, well, what brand is that? Because ours does not do that. It's really weightless. And I think your skin looks firm and healthy and young. And it just gives you a good medium to full coverage. So this is a can't live without for me. And that's the 3D matte wear foundation. Does anybody else really love this, or anybody? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, Teresa, you love them all. But I really, really do. And I was surprised to hear you say that you use this, Teresa, because you've always been more of a, you know, just kind of less, just concealer and go with some powder. But don't you love this? I mean, people say, gosh, your skin looks flawless. Well, it isn't, but this is just a good little liar. It's good.
I don't even use CC cream anymore, just because it's the same effort, right? See, you're going to put on a liquid something, and then you're going to put something over a powder over it. So I started just using this, and again, if you don't love it, the only reason you don't love it is because you haven't found the right shade for you. I promise. Because if you find the right shade for you, you will hands down, you know, be amazed. I'm so sorry.
I mean, and it's touchable. It's like, I remember, oh, you guys, this was back in high school. The big thing that we wore in the early 80s was Merle Norman. I remember going to Merle Norman, and it was this pancakey kind of heavy makeup. I mean, I don't know, is Merle Norman still around? You know, probably is. Sure, I'm sure they have evolved in their products just like Mary Kay has, because good grief, we don't want to wear what we wore in 1963. But it was that heavy kind of pancake. And I remember, like, if you touched your face and then you picked up your paper at school, it left a foundation fingerprint. I'm like, do you remember the days of foundation being kind of like that? No disrespect to Merle Norman, but a lot of them did. But this, it's touchable. It doesn't come off on my clothes, and it feels really silky. And so, I mean, this has been on all day. So, you know, I love it. Anyway, that's what it's foundation primer and Time Wise 3D matte wear. Love it.
Anybody else have any comments, questions, want to share your favorite thing? We've got 4 minutes left. Denise, you're muted.
I'll be quick. And I challenge everybody to do this. If you haven't started the Clinical Solutions line reducer and hydrator, I have seen such good results from that. I took a picture with Earl. It's been about
Say a picture of Earl before.
Well, yeah. I was trying to get a selfie with him, so I was turning my head and scooching down, and then I posted the picture and I saw my chest, and I went, oh my gosh, I was really upset about it. So I started using the line reducer on my chest and the hydrator on top of it, and a week later I took another picture, and I did post this pic collage picture, but oh wow, it made such a difference. So I am using both of those items, my face, my neck, all the way around, my décolleté, everything.
Well, guys, that's great. Give me a quick, like, if you're using the retinol product, when do you use that? Like, do you use them all together, or is it one or the other? And that's where a confused mind does nothing, right? So can you still use them together?
Right, you don't use it with the clinical. You can use the hydrator, but not the line reducer.
Okay.
You don't use the line reducer when you use your retinol. Thank you.
Okay.
Doesn't retinol help to reduce line cells?
It does, but we have one product that is a retinol product. You don't want to combine the two, the line reducer. Yeah. So you just don't use it when you use that, Susan.
Okay.
But you can use it in the morning. Like I'll use mine in the morning and do my retinol at night, and still use my hydrator, but just not the line reducer.
Does it matter which goes on first? Hydrator or line reducer?
Nope.
I use the line reducer first.
If you're using both of them, I think they said line reducer and then, but you know, you can layer them, and you don't have to wait very long in between either.
I know,
Right.
It's an amazing product.
Well, as I was doing a quick inventory, then I'm like, why are these sitting on my shelf? So they're up in my bathroom. That's as far as they've gotten. Tonight, I will use them. Good. Anybody else real quick?
Thanks, Denise.
Yeah, thank you.
I just have a comment on the line reducer. I'm finding I have to be cautious with it. The Clinical Solutions didn't bother my rosacea, but I'm finding by doing the line reducer morning and night, it's too much. So I'm just being careful, but I'm very much enjoying this. Is making a big difference. So yeah, I'll post another of those beautiful selfies on the skin analyzer soon.
Oh, the skin analyzers are horrible looking. You know?
I know, but it really does show.
It really shows the difference. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been telling my customers, all right, you know, I'm going bare naked here, and here you go. You get to see, but it really does show. So it works. It works.
One last little thing I'll just throw in here, because we're going to Florida, is the After Sun with aloe. And I didn't study up on this to tell you what all's in it. I just know that this is miraculous. And my son's friends, when he went on vacation with them down to the lake a couple times, he took this, and they're all like, tell your mom I want some of that blue stuff. And it really is great to put it on After Sun. I mean, it does what After Sun replenishing gel. And if you've gotten just a little too much sun and you put this on, it soothes just like aloe would. And then it seems like what might have been kind of pink just seems to turn to a nice little bronzy color without the peeling. Still need to wear a sunscreen, don't be foolish. You may not need, Teresa had a great point the other day. Can you tell that about sunscreen? Would you just that quick little thing that you've been studying, Teresa, about, we still need our vitamin D. And
yeah, you have to be careful. You've got to find a fine line with sunscreens. You don't need to be covered in sunscreen from head to toe every
or
single
SPF
day.
100. So
Your body craves, you need your face, your hands, your chest, shoulders need to be exposed to 20 to 30 minutes of sun every day. That's the minimum. But and so if you can go out and take a walk in a tank top, seriously, with no sunscreen, and I know that goes against everything we've been talking, but here I am. I'm a melanoma survivor, so I know skin cancer, I know what it can do. And I've done all of my research and talked to a lot of doctors, but a lot of doctors are saying we've gone so far to the extreme of sunscreen that we're blocking every ray out, and we're not getting natural vitamin D. And a lot of the illnesses are being caused by people deficient in vitamin D. And so, yes, you can take a supplement, and yes, you have to take a supplement in certain times of the year, but you really do. So if you're going to be on the beach all day, you don't want to burn. That's the whole key. The whole key is put it on your face, your nose, your shoulders, the places if you're going to be on the beach or whatever, but still get out and get some sun on your body every day that you can. So there you go.
imagine that. Nature's good for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, be careful if it's a prolonged exposure, but get a little vitamin D. I thought that was really interesting. So thank you, Teresa. And can we still get this? We can't get this anymore, can we?
It's on right now. It's on the order form. It's a limited edition still,
Okay.
but it's usually available most of the summer. So far, it's not been on back order, so that's a good thing. And you really and truly, here's what I'll say: stock up on those. Everybody should have at least 10 or 20 on your shelf. You'll never go wrong by having them for your own family and friends, let alone your customers. And most of my customers do the same thing. They buy them in 2s and 3s. Seriously, it's seriously great stuff.
Very good. Well, I enjoyed this. I love when I learn from you guys.
You do it
That's
again.
great. That's great. Well, next week, go ahead, Nora.
Oh, I think you're going to answer my question. Go ahead. Next week.
Next week, we're going to be in Anna Maria Island with a lot of high schoolers spring breaking it. And I think we're just going to say, everybody take a little spring break. We may make some fun little videos and post pictures and stuff, but I think we'll not be on here for our official call for 2 more weeks. So did that answer your question, Nora?
Yeah, I was going to say, can we not meet? Because next Tuesday at 8 p.m. is the Mary Kay YouTube debut.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Okay. Tell
Yes.
about that. What that is.
I've been inviting
watch
people for the It Fits. So I've been inviting people, anybody I've been layering, throwing that out there. So I really wanted to be on that instead of
Yes,
this.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Thank you.
They did
Perfect.
that for us.
Well, we planned it like that, didn't we, Teresa?
Exactly.
Thank you. It was
We were just
perfect.
testing to see if you knew what was going to be on in place of our goal. So anyway, have a wonderful week. Let's wrap up March Madness here. I hope everybody has a really good month. It's double credit. So your orders are appreciated if you've sold your way to that order. That's what we do. We sell. So anyway, have a wonderful week. Mwah.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
Florida. Stay tuned.
Night.